Hockey romances are super popular, but not everybody likes the spice, myself included. Lucky for us, there are two authors who have been working on a series together of closed-door hockey romance. The series is called the Appy Hockey Romance Series. It's written by Jenny Proctor and Emma St. Clair. Now, these books are all standalones. They can be read in any order, but I'm going to go over them based on the order that they were published. Before I get into it, though, I want to mention that the Appy's team that's featured in this hockey romance series is loosely inspired and based on a baseball team out there named the Savannah Bananas. Now, if you haven't checked them out, I definitely recommend looking at their social media. They have such a huge presence on there, and it's a lot of fun to watch. But don't do that till you're done with this video. Now, let's get into the books. First up is Just Don't Fall. This one is by Emma St. Clair. We follow Logan, who was a major league hockey player, and he is currently dropped down to the minor league team while he's healing from an injury. Now, Parker is the team's social media manager. This is where it ties into the inspiration from the Savannah Bananas. The problem is that Logan used to be Parker's brother's best friend, and they kind of had a weird falling out, which didn't really help because Parker had the hugest crush on Logan growing up. Without giving too much away, I'm just going to say that they find themselves in a situation where they start to fake date, which of course leads to them trying to figure out what's real and what isn't real. This was a great book to start off the series. So book 2 is Absolutely Not in Love. This one's by Jenny Proctor. In this one, we follow Grace. She is a professional cellist and she is a super book nerd. She just has one rule when it comes to dating, and that is she will never date a hockey player. Now, we find out in the book the reasons for that. I won't get into that right now. But her next door neighbor just happens to be the goalie for the Appies, and he just happens to love classical music, and he just happens to have all the books. So again, I don't want to give away too much of the story, but some things happen, and they find that they are getting to know each other quite a bit. And so Grace ends up struggling with, she really has feelings for this guy, but at the end of the day, he's a hockey player, which was her deal breaker. So she's trying to figure out what to do. And I just want to mention that Felix is a great main character, and I think most women would really enjoy reading about him. So book 3 is A Groom of One's Own. This one's Emma St. Clair's book, and we follow Eli and Bailey. Bailey works at the local dog shelter where Eli likes to spend a lot of his time just there to pet the dogs because it's like therapy to him, and she has aspirations to go to veterinary school. Eli just sits down in a meeting and finds out that his visa has expired and he's going to be deported back to Canada unless somebody in the meeting suggested he happens to marry his girlfriend. The problem is Eli doesn't have a girlfriend. The only girl close enough that he would even consider marrying happens to be Bailey. And after he kind of jokingly mentions getting married to her, the idea actually doesn't sound too bad to either of them. As we always do in the fake marriage trope, we see them struggle with the blurred lines of reality and pretend. The next book is Romancing the Grump. This one's Jenny Proctor's book. I haven't read this one yet, but based on all the others, I'm going to say I'm going to love it. It's next on my list of rom-coms to read. And you have the classic grumpy versus sunshine trope. So you have Nathan, who is the team's surly and grouchy guy, and then you have Summer, who's all charm and flirtatious smiles. So naturally, he ignores her. That is until a viral social media post goes around and they have to start fake dating, which she's all for, him not so much. And as always, the longer they pretend, the less fake it seems to feel. And the latest book in the series is Runaway Bride and Prejudice. This one's Emma St. Clair's book. And in this one, we follow Van, who is like the team's ladies' man. You read about him a lot in the other books, so I haven't read this one yet either. This one just came out a few days ago. I'm really excited to see how Emma St. Clair takes him from the ladies' man to somebody you want to root for. Because generally, I don't like that guy that's kind of gets around town. But I know you can make him lovable, and I know you can make the reader root for the person. A great example of this, it's not a book, it's a TV show, but is Joey Tribbiani from Friends, right? He was such a outgoing fellow, we will say, but yet you fell in love with him because you knew he had a good heart. I have a feeling the same thing's going to happen with Van here. The back of the book has just the perfect little blurb on there, so I wanted to read that to you. There's one smart rule hockey players know not to break. Never, and I mean never, date the coach's daughter. But no one ever accused Van of being smart. Isn't that so perfect? So the premise of this book is that Van catches his coach's daughter's fiance cheating on her, and he just can't stand by and watch this girl marry him after that. The problem is that Van starts to catch feelings, but those feelings are going to undermine the secret bargain that he made with his coach slash her dad. All right, so there you go. Some closed door, no spice hockey romance books for you. All of them are rom-coms, which makes them just hilarious and so much fun to read. I've linked all the books down below in case you want to check them out, and as of right now, they are all available on Kindle Unlimited. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it more than I could ever express to you. So go ahead and like, subscribe, share, do all the things with this video, help this channel grow. As I've said in the past, it's a fairly new channel, and anything you can do to help me would be fantastic. Also, if you want to comment down below any requests for future videos that you might have, I'd be willing to take a look and see if I can make a video about that. Or if you've read any of the Appy's hockey romance books, go ahead and let me know which ones you read and what you thought about them. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.